drinking a lot. Sobriety mean they're not drinking a lot. Because you can't drink and be focused. Not with broided hair, that's braided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array. Like you see these women have these outfits on in church, man, they be decked, they be costing a lot. But which becometh women professing righteousness with good works. Women that profess being righteous. So let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, to tell a man what to do, but to be in silence. Say, for Adam was first formed, then Eve. Listen what it say, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if, that's condition, they continue in faith and charity, which is love, which is keeping of the commandments, and holiness with sobriety. Coming back with that sobriety again. Drinking a lot. Can't be drinking a lot. Because you drink, you can't be focused. That's why they focus. That's why they call it spirits. You got to maintain yourself. You got to drink in moderation. So, that shows you there, but at the same time, for what Adam did, we still dealing with it. Look, go to second Ezra 7 and 48. So we bring that balance around. Second Ezra in the Apocrypha 7 and 48. O thou Adam, what hast thou done? See? So he did this, still was wrong. Still got to pay. O thou Adam, what hast thou done? But though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone. Say, you the one that sinned, you the one that broke the Most High's laws. For somebody to think that the Most High didn't bring forth his decree of his laws to Adam and Eve, the Adamites, they had them. That's why it says sin. That's why the spirit of Adam defined sin. The transgression of the Most High's laws. Say, O thou Adam, what hast thou done? But though it was thou that sinned, though it was you that broke the Most High's laws in eating of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, thou art not fallen alone. But we all that come of thee, you hear that? We all that come of thee live and die behind him eating of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, to be somebody, to be powers. See, that's wrong. That's wrong. Because it brings about pride. And you can't be humble thinking you all that. You see, when you, and the thing about it, you looking at, from Genesis 3rd chapter, that happening, Genesis 4th chapter, Adam and Eve having sex, and they bring forth Cain and Abel. That's why Mashiach Shai said Cain was of that evil one. How is that? People gonna say, oh, that means that the serpent had sex with Eve and brought forth Cain. No, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. Let me give you an example. Now, you know about the story of Job. Job was a upright man. We had went over that before we started our class tonight. So we're going to get right to the point to show you how the Most High. Now, before we go to Isaiah 45. Isaiah the 45th chapter and verse 7. This is the Most High. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Most High, do all these things. Right? So, but the evil is created for those that draw evil to them. Now, Job was a righteous man, or a man that, let's just read it. And I'm here only to show you how it wasn't that Satan laid with Eve to create Cain, but once Cain came in the world, Once they had took of the evil, she had ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So you have Abel that's good, and you have Cain that's evil. How did he become evil? Let's see. Job 1:1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright and one that feared the Most High and eschewed evil. Okay? That's Job. Now let's jump down to verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Most High. Sons of the Most High are those that call on Most High, Baal Shem Mashiach Yahushua, the name of the Lord and Savior, to reach the Most High, to become the sons of the Most High, keep His commandments and so forth, and having the faith of the Most High. And Satan came also among them. So Satan is among these men of the Most High that are descendants of Seth that we read about in Genesis 4th chapter. We just read about it. You know, they descendants of Seth. Then men began to call on the Most High by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. So it says, there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Most High, and Satan came also among them. The Most High said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Most High and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from going walking up and down in it. To and fro and up and down, like they make that cross on their chest, like the Catholic Church do. Those as Catholics, they make that's that cross. Representing who? Satan. Because if you look at it's no, I can't be excited or elated over the fact that you say Hamashiach Yahushua was put on the cross. I'm not making that symbol of death. But that's what Satan say. You're going up and down, to and fro in the earth. That's that cross. And so the Most High said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil? The same thing he said in verse 1. Right? Then Satan answered the Most High and said, does Job fear the Most High for not? And I'm only here to show you how things are happening in this earth right now, as I'm speaking. It could happen to someone that you know. Might be you. If you're not really careful, listen. Hast thou not made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now. That's not your right hand, because the Mashiach Yahushua on the right hand side, coming from the right hand side, went back to the right hand side. So he ain't touching the right hand side. But the Most High said, and touch all that he hath. He's telling the Most High to do this. Put forth thine hand and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. That's what he's telling them. And the Most High said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. I thought Satan was rolling on his own. Do whatever he wanted to do. Whenever he wanted to do it. He asked for permission. And the Most High told him. And the Most High said unto Satan, behold, all that he has is in thy power, only upon himself, upon Job's body, put not forth thine hand. You can't touch his body. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Most High. Now I'm going to show you how this works. Because a lot of you only read the fact of Job in the land of Uz, a man was perfect and upright, and one that had feared the Most High and eschewed evil. That's the only thing you know about. But you don't know there's a reason why Job is dealt with. There has to be a reason why Satan has said, put forth thine hand. And the Most High is allowing Satan to do what he's going to do. And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their elder brother's house on one of the feast days. And there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them, and the Sabeans fell upon them and took them away. Yeah, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Now what happened? What happened here? The Most High is the one that asked Satan, have you considered my servant Job? This man is What it say? This man was perfect and upright and one that feared the Most High and eschewed of evil. The Most High said that concerning him. But he still said, have you considered my servant Job? This for all you over righteous and think you all that people. So what happened here? And there came a messenger unto Job, verse 14, and said, the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them, and the Sabeans fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants, they killed the servants of Job with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. So what happened here? Satan got into the minds of the Sabeans to have them do this. That's why a mind is a terrible thing to waste. So you got to know, you got to recognize, dang, I'm thinking wrong. I'm thinking wrong. I got Satan in me. Rebuke that devil. He shall flee. But if you just rolling with him and you allow anyone, because Satan gets in the minds of people and they come and they talk to you and you allow them to penetrate into your mind to have you think wrong, speak wrong, and act wrong. And become an enemy. You're not a friend. This ain't no Sabian's not Job's friends. They done killed all his, took all his livestock, killed his servants. While he was just speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of the Most High has fallen from heaven and have burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. So he allowed Satan to have control of lightning. Have him come down and kill, burn up his sheep and his servants. What did he say? Verse 11, put forth thine hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. Y'all know this Most High? And the Most High said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Everything he hath is in thy power. Everything, including his wife, his children, his livestock. You see, as we reading here, he's destroying everything that he have, taking away his riches. So he said, hey, you got a hedge around him. So he took that hedge away from him. This can happen to anyone. Nobody's beyond this. None of us understand this. Verse 17, while he was just speaking, there came also another and said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands, 3 armies, and fell upon the camels, and have carried them away. Yeah, the slain, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. See? So what happened? Satan got into the minds of the the Chaldeans. He had got into the minds of the Sabeans first. Now he into the minds of the Chaldeans. But he can't penetrate you, huh? If you thinking wrong, and you have the wrong spirit in you, here he comes. You rolling with the devil. Going all the way back to the beginning. And I only escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in thy eldest brother's house, having a feast day. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the 4 corners of the house, tornado. And it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only escaped alone to tell thee. Had a tornado come and kill his sons and his daughters. Remember the Most High said, verse 12, and the Most High said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only don't touch him. So he killed his sons and his daughters with a tornado. Verse 22, and in all this Job sinned not, nor charged the Most High foolishly. Now, why is it that this is happening to Job? But the Most High said, verse 8, and the Most High said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth? None like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feared the Most High and escheweth evil. There was something wrong, though. There had to be something wrong with Job for this to happen to him. It's not, the Most High didn't just do this and Job was perfect to the point that it shouldn't have happened to him. So it had to be something that Job was rolling with that was not right in the eyes of the Most High. And it's sad because people look at it and they really don't know why he was dealt with as such. But I'm going to tell you, through the Spirit of the Most High. Go to Job 32, the 32nd chapter. Job 32. So these three men ceased to answer Job because he was righteous in his own eyes. You hear that? He was righteous in his own eyes. That means he thought, I'm so righteous, I'm so perfect, it shouldn't happen to me. Thinking that he's all that. That's why this happened to him. You cannot be in this truth and think that you're one of those numbers. One of the numbers. He said, dare not make thyself one of the numbers. But then you look at the way our people are taught to be as the God of this area, the power of this area is, prideful as ever. So the city's going to be troubled because of pride. It's going to be so fluent in this earth. Pride. It's a damnable thing, man. But Job thought he was righteous in his own eyes. I mean, he was prideful, he was conceited. Thought he was all that. And he was dealt with. You remember the story of the Pharisee and the publican? I went over that a couple of weeks ago. How the Pharisee said, I'm not like this publican, putting him down, exalting himself. I do this and I do that and I do this and I do that, bragging on himself to the Most High. Mashiach Shai said he praying to himself. People don't even realize this. They send up all these prayers with the wrong spirit. They praying to themselves. Because they really desire that peace that Mashiach Shai said he gonna give us, that the world can't give you. And you'll have that, and you won't have all this animosity in you to be able to have the Most High send Satan on you. Because you're drawing evil to you. The Most High is righteous. And there's no unrighteousness in him. Even what he's doing here. Even what he's doing here. So Satan said, you're going to have Job curse the Most High to his face, right? So when you go to Job, the 2nd chapter, verse 1, it says, and again there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Most High, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Most High. Sons of the Most High, those that's calling on the Most High about Shema Mashiach Yahushua, those are the Israelites that are the sons of the Most High. And the Most High said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Most High and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it, making that cross. Make that cross on their chest. And the Most High said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? He done killed his children, pretty much took all his wealth away from him. Yeah, still again, have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feared the Most High and eschewed of evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him, although Satan moved the Most High against him. He said, hey, put forth thine hand now and touch all that he has, and he will curse thee to thy face, verse 11. That's what Satan told the Most High. So the Most High said, you move me against him. To destroy him without cause. And Satan answered the Most High and said, skin for skin. Now let me touch his body. Yeah, all that a man has will he give for his life. But put forth thine hand. Now he's asking for permission. He said, but put forth thine hand. Put forth your hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. And Moses said unto Satan, behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life. You can do whatever you want to do to him, but don't kill him. Save his life. Do y'all realize there's so many people that really don't look at, because it's like you're looking at giving all this power to Satan. When Satan said, when the Most High just said, you move me to go against them. But that's why he's asking the Most High to put forth his hand. He asking for permission. Because remember, I done told you why. Job think he's righteous. Somebody else could, that's why I say somebody else could lift you up, not yourself. And when they do, give all praise and glory to the Most High. This is what he said, verse 5 of chapter 2 of Job. But put forth thine hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face, right? Keep that in mind. He will curse thee to thy face. Now, nobody's there but a counsel between the Most High and Satan. And the Most High said unto Satan, behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life. He's in your hand. Do whatever you want to do to his body. That's why he said, skin for skin, So went Satan forth from the presence of the Most High and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot unto his crown. Now, anybody ever had a boil, that hurts from what I'm hearing. From the sole of his foot all the way to the crown of his head, all over his body. Boils. And he took him a potsherd to scrape himself with, to scrape him down. And he sat down among the ashes. Listen, now, you can't have a better friend than your wife, right? A man and a woman become one, that's your best friend. Supposed to be, but listen what she said. Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die. Was she there? In Job, the 1st chapter? When Satan told Most High that Job gonna curse Job gonna curse him to his face? Well, see there here in Job, the 2nd chapter, when it says the sons of the Most High, it ain't the daughters of Zion, it's the sons of the Most High came together. And Satan came among them. She wasn't there. So how is it she's saying exactly what Satan said he gonna tell Job, gonna tell him, you know, gonna curse you to your face? What'd she say? Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die. Wow. That's deep. That's real deep. That's his best friend of all the world. But she told him to curse the Most High and die. Curse the Most High and die. Now, how'd she do that? How was she able to say exactly what Satan said Job was going to do to him? Tell him. Say, curse you to your face, right? So what happened here? What happened is Satan got into her mind. To have her tell Job to curse the Most High and die. That's like he's looking worse than he ever could have looked in his life. Instead of her showing compassion for him, he's suffering. He lost all his money and lost everything that he had as far as the lifestyle that he had. Going down, down, down. She gonna tell her husband to curse the Most High and die. So Satan got into her mind to have her as his best friend in the world, tell him to curse the Most High and die. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. Say, you a fool, woman. You acting like these foolish women. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High, and shall we not receive evil? In all this did not Job sin with his lips. See? That's cold. Because when you think about it, she's telling them, I mean, he's looking terrible. He's scraping balls. He's scraping balls off his body from his head to his toe. And she looking at him like, you ain't the same man you was that I married, I was with. You done lost everything. Curse the Most High and die. So if he died, then what? For her. How would it be for her? Go to 1 Corinthians 7. Verse 39. The wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth. But if her husband be dead, curse the Most High and die. If Job would have died, she is at liberty to be married to whom she will. Only by Shema Mashak Yavashai, in the spirit of the Most High. But she is happier if she so abide after my judgment. And I think also that I have the Spirit of the Most High. You see, so once Job died, then she could be married to another one, somebody else. It's cold. The Most High, he hates separation, so he did not allow her to leave Job when he had more children. I don't know if it was by her or not, but he had more children. Most High blessed him to have more children. And had more, we can read it, than he had initially. You see? Go to Job 42. Verse 10. And the Most High turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also the Most High gave Job twice as much as he had before, because he maintained his integrity. He didn't curse the Most High. You know, his friends came in. The young boy, the young man told him off. That's what we was reading about, why the Most High dealt with him, because he thought he was righteous and shouldn't have been dealt with. But the Most High, so he maintained his integrity. Then came there unto him all his brethren, and all his sisters, and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house, and they bemourned him, and comforted him over all the evil that the Most High had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, everyone an earring of gold. See, we had earrings of gold. We had earrings and money. And Job falls in between the books of Genesis. Money and everyone an earring of gold. So the Most High blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels and 1,000 yoke of oxen and 1,000 she-asses. He had also 7 sons and 3 daughters. That's 10 children. And he called the name of the first Jemimah, and the name of the second Keziah, and the name of the third Karen Happuch. And in all the land were no women found so fair or so beautiful as the daughters of Job. And their father gave them inheritance among their brethren. So they got a piece of land along with their brethren. After this lived Job 140 years, and saw his sons and his sons' sons, even 4 generations. So Job died being old and full of days. Yes. So, you see, as we looking at, friends and how we should be conducting ourselves from what it is that we see here. You see, we seeing that, and how things operate also. And get into people's minds to have them do things that are not, you would say, well, why did they do that? And, people have done heinous crimes. And they say, why you do it? And what they say? The devil made me do it. That's real. But it might go over your head, but that's real talk. We just seen he got into the minds of the Sabians, the minds of the Chaldeans, brought lightning down, worked a tornado, killed his servants and killed his sons and daughters. That's what we got to understand. So, and that's why it said for our time in Matthew 24 and 12, it says, and because iniquity, wickedness shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Don't wax cold. Why you see a lot of division, a lot of people going against each other, you know, a lot of divorces, a lot of men can't get along with their brother, women can't get along with sisters, and you say because wickedness is going to abound, because the minds are not right, the thinking is not right, the love. When we talk about love, keeping of the commandments, we just started out with love thy neighbor as thyself. So that love and compassion, you know, we talk about keeping the laws of the Most High, but you're not keeping the laws of the Most High when you got envy and you got grudging and you hating on your people. You got to get over that. And some of you don't even know each other, hating on each other. Don't even know a brother, hating on a brother. Never seen them, never ate with them, never hung out with them at all. Some of you just tripping on social media. It's crazy. That's why I say, because iniquity, wickedness shall abound. The love of many shall wax cold. But he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. Got to endure to the end. But you got to endure to the end in the right spirit. And not in the wrong spirit. Or, what's the point? What's the point of you calling yourself an Israelite and somebody following you and they're going to be the same way you are? They're going to hell right with you because you had a wrong spirit. And you don't have that compassion and that love that we're supposed to have for our people, for each other. Because without it, you ain't rolling with the Most High. You know, Mashiach Yahushua. You rolling with the Most High. We just read about the Most High and the devil. So now, another case scenario. Because the devil got his little imps. He got his little imps that work for him. And a lot of times you're looking at why they be like that? Why was they like that? How could they be like that? Because they're full of the devil. Either consume their mind. How many of you today said Yachak Satan or rebuke the devil? How many of you today rebuked the devil? A few times. You should have. Every day. All day. Some people, because he's rolling with you. You think the Sabians knew that the devil was in them? Chaldeans knew that the devil was in them? As we just read, Mashiach Shai called the children of Israel, you are your father, the devil. Straight up. Why they couldn't be friendly? Why they couldn't be friends with him? They're going to find a way, go in these scriptures, to find some way to be evil against their brother. But remember this. Go to 2 Chronicles 18. Again he said, therefore hear the word of the Most High. I saw the Most High sitting upon his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing on his right hand and on his left. He saw the angels standing on his right hand, on the right hand of the Most High, and the left hand of the Most High. And the Most High said, who shall entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? Who going to entice this man, King Ahab, that he may go up and die at Ramoth Gilead? I'm just here to show you how when you're evil, the Most High gonna deal with you like he dealt with Job. And one spake, saying, after this matter, the angels coming before the Most High, and another saying, after that matter. Then there came out a spirit, an angel, and stood before the Most High and said, I will entice him. So I'm going to entice him. And the Most High said unto him, wherewith? How you going to do it? And he said, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all thy prophets. That's what we've been hearing tonight. Remember, the first lie that was made was by the serpent, right? Genesis the 3rd chapter. Ye shall not surely die, and everybody died after that. He said, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And the Most High said, thou shalt entice him, and thou shalt also prevail. Go out and do even so. So the Most High said he want to kill him. At least he had mercy on Job. Then he said, you can't kill him. You got to save his life. This King Ahab, he said, I want to kill him. This the Most High, he kill and make alive. Now therefore, he told the spirit, go on out there and do so. Go down there and be a lying spirit in all his prophets' ears. Get into their minds and convince King Ahab to go up to Gilead, Mount Gilead, and to die. Ramoth Gilead. Let him go up there thinking that, you got to understand, everybody telling him, hey, you're going to get the victory. You're going to get the victory. That's why you have to realize, that's why people say, oh, the Most High told me this. Yeah, the Spirit told you that. But if you ain't in the Spirit, it could be the wrong spirit, and you end up dead. Or something happened to you. Because he wounded, he healed. He killed and make alive. So listen. Now therefore, verse 22, now therefore, behold, the Most High, who you call God, had put a lying spirit in the mouth of these thy prophets, and the Most High has spoken evil against thee. You know? Why? He created evil for those that do evil. So I said, hey, you don't eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. You don't need that. But that power is something else. Wanting to be somebody. That's a damnable spirit. Before the Most High. Look at it how you want to look at it, but this could be your only consolation right here on this earth. After that is the judgment. You say, oh, you thought you was, like he told Ezra, you more powerful than me? You love children of Israel more than me? You see what he did to Job. I mean, I can't even think of balls from your head to your toe, and you taking something and scraping them all over your body, your head, your face. I mean, you think about your face, your nose, your eyes, all around your eyes, your balls, those big balls all over your body. And your wife steady telling you, she probably ain't just saying one time, you know how women could be. Curse the Most High and die. Oh, look at you, you're ugly, you're just nagging them. Because the devil that got into her mind,